Okay, looks like we're alive. And that being the case, welcome back everyone. This is AirFLN playing 7 Cities of Gold for the Atari 8-bit systems. And we've been on a journey in the Journeyman difficulty setting, which I found was considerably less friendly than Novice, more so than I was expecting. However, we made pretty good progress, so start to play, option to load after switching disks. That's this one. Okay. So it looks as though the generated world this time is mainly 2 large continents, one north and one south. Bring up what we have the map so far. Last time we explored a good bit of the southern continent, after initially discovering a little bit, went maybe halfway down the eastern coast and all up in the rivers inland, so that's a decent chunk of that. So what I'm planning to do today is head out east, run into the northern continent around here somewhere, and try to circle around it without running out of supplies. Which is what happened on the first session of exploring this world, because I wasn't expecting it to be so difficult to find native settlements. When you're playing on Novice, they're just there, you can see them without any problem. But on higher difficulties, it seems that you need to go out of your way to look for them. So I'll bring a larger supply of men, more goods, and start with some more food. Yeah, I have plenty of gold. It's not like it's good for anything else. At 30 weeks is a good start. And we're off. Oh, after walking onto the ship anyway. As usual, it takes a little while to get to land. I haven't checked this out specifically, but I get the impression that there's kind of a buffer zone between when the eastern edge of the actual explorable map and where the harbor is further east. So there'll be a vertical section that's just water between them. And also the northern continent, looking at the screenshot of the map I have onto the side here, is about a third of the map width across from the edge of that. So yeah, it takes a little bit of time to get to it. Okay, it's coming into view. 20 degrees north. This is the furthest east bit. So there should be some settlements along here that I've traded with before, which will then appear on the map. Like right here. As I've noted before, I need to be careful not to sail the ships around too much in the shallow water, or they will run aground and crash, and that's bad. You'll lose some of your carrying ability and some of the supplies, and probably men that are on them. Okay, since I've been here before, amazing the natives will not have any real effect. But we've also had friend legations before, so they're not terribly aggressive. I do still need to be a little more careful. Oh wait, the chief's down here. I keep confusing which corner of the center section is which. Okay, offer gifts. More gifts. Wow. So we'll take all their gold and as much food as I can carry. Hopefully that doesn't overload the ship. It does. So I'll just leave a supply cache nearby. It should be easy enough to get back to. say 600 goods or so. I just need to remember it's here. And that worked out perfectly. So from here, I need to head up the coast. I should try checking this river again. Okay, there's a second village across. Yeah, second village along the coast. It's because my first expedition, which ended up wiping out, discovered the mouth of the river and possibly other parts of that, but I found when I was back in port later that it wasn't being counted. And perhaps it's just lost forever. So I suppose that's one more thing to be careful of. Don't do too much exploring if you're not sure you can make it back to the port safely. Come to think of it, have I discovered any towns up this way? Because if not, that could be a problem. Okay, that mountain looks suspicious, and I found that suspicious out-of-place mountains are often towns. Okay, not too much goods. You can only trade so much with the limited carrying capacity we have. Yep, that's a village. Get them to back off a bit. There's the northern edge, so I'll need to go southwest. Try to circle around them. Here's an opening. Okay, there's the center. The chief will be inside here. I guess bumping into me is not a good idea. Let's grab some gold, but mostly food. And do a little looking around the area. Okay, there's a discovery already. But mainly I am looking for more villages further up the coast so I can continue trading. Although this may be as far north as the coast goes. I did circle around here before, but I don't remember the details. They have anything to report? Seems not. And I have yet to see any more towns. This mountain is probably just a mountain. Yeah. Because normally when you have guides with you, you can just see the towns as towns. I've come pretty far and not seen any more settlements, which is a bit odd. They're usually pretty densely placed. Yeah, looks like that's just a long vertical coast. Which is a bit odd, but a bit odd things do happen in nature and in the game. Still haven't seen any more settlements, and food is getting kind of low. So we'll head back to the east. Yeah, where is everyone? It's a bunch of mountains, but it looks like not much else out this way. Looks like I missed a chunk of map. Is it this way? No, it's further west. It can be difficult to gauge your relative position on these maps. It looks like the seasons are changing. So you get these neat rainbow-looking trees. It is September. But yeah, I have yet to see a single village since leaving that last one. Okay, I'll take it, but it's not what I'm looking for. I'm more in need of supplies at the moment than discoveries. Okay, here's one I haven't been to. Cautious pace seems to help with less aggression, and also making it less easy to run into people, although it does still happen. Okay, wrong side of the village. To get in here. Take some gold and mostly food. That's better. And then the ship was somewhere over this way. Okay, here's another town I haven't been to. They're rather aggressive, but amazingly the natives takes care of that, at least temporarily. Okay, that is near the coast, but I didn't go by this earlier, so I think... Or I didn't go by this on foot earlier, so I think the ship was further up the coast. Yeah, we're getting snowy trees now. At least I don't think I went by it earlier. Oh yeah, here's the village I started at. Let's top up on food again. Okay. Hmm. That's interesting. How can I take that much food? Oh, guess I'll leave some goods behind again. Come back for it later. Get away from the coast. Yeah, at this point, the food is definitely more important than the goods. let's just sail along the general direction of the coastline. I don't need to file... Yeah, I don't need to go too close to it because the map is already filled in pretty nicely. So it makes sense to keep some distance, make sure the ships don't run aground, get better speed because the water is deeper. And then there's that weird vertical coastline up ahead. I think that's it there. Have that just on screen. It seems this particular graphic mode, the pixels are wider than they are tall. Let's head down this way and keep an eye out for anything that looks like it might be a disguised village. Those, I think, are just regular mountains. Okay, that, I think, is one of those hidden cities, which I don't want to go to until I have more ability to carry stuff. Am I close enough? Probably. Yep. It's pretty much tile-based, so... Okay, and it looks like I've discovered this before, too, so... It's not showing up as a new discovery. Try and look for villages, but it's not looking promising with actual mountains everywhere. Or maybe when there's actual mountains, they appear as something different. I don't know. And that's exactly the problem. I don't know what to look for. Still, that fills in a bit of the map. We're into May of 1505. Continuing down the coast, looking for anything that looks interesting. Ah, that's new. And not good. If this keeps up, I might not make it back. I do hope to see something that looks like a village soon. This looks suspicious. So, hopefully this is an actual town. Not quite that much good. I do still need room to carry things. And there's only so much you can actually trade to with your limited carrying ability. Let's say 500. Yep, that's a village. And it's a Pueblo town, which means it's more advanced than these other villages, which should mean more help carrying things. Oh yeah, this is much better. Okay, so let's explore the area a bit. There's another Pueblo town. You can tell by the 4 hut symbols on the map. Interesting. I suppose that makes sense. I was hoping it would work. I guess if you're in a Maze the Natives mode when you talk to the chieftain, they're more cooperative. Okay, I must have been here already. With the Doomed Expedition. There's another town to the south there. I'm guessing I didn't come too far inland before because not enough food and no one to trade with that I could see. I don't know what the men panicking means, but it can't be good. Also, I need to remember to go back to cautious before entering towns. Okay, good. I haven't been here, so this is new discoveries. Oh, there's a major city. Is that Inca, I think? And another one down there. I am running out of goods to trade with, though. Okay, so there's the source of this river. Head a bit to the north to get a chunk of map. Okay. And back to the river, and to the west, and try and do some trading. Guessing the center of the town is over this way. Because that's where they seem to be mostly coming from. But no, that's the edge. Wandering around town does at least seem to not make time pass and not use up food. There's so many of them. You wish you'd expect in a major city, but it's still inconvenient. Wait, was that a chief? Yeah. They only have the markers on two sides. Okay, and these larger towns will give you more native bearers, which means you can carry more supplies. However, I've already traded away all the goods I brought, so that means no more trading for this trip. Kind of think of it, Incas normally also have a, capital somewhere to the east. I may go for that later, but for now, let's just keep exploring the river. Visit the towns just to make sure they're registered. Yeah, I traded with them already. I was going to say, did I see that village before? Okay. So I should be able to cut across land to the, or overland to the west. Yeah, I know the capital's to the east. I saw that further east, and it's certainly not going to go anywhere else. See if I can find another settlement near the coastline. That looks convenient. Okay, so I'll take the ship down to the mouth of the river and go trade with that town. Yeah, this started out kind of dicey, especially with half the food suddenly spoiling for no apparent reason, but it's working out pretty well. Yeah, I did not know you could have food spoil on you like that. Apparently, that's another thing you are sheltered from on Novice. Also, didn't I start this journey with over 100 men? They're not faring terribly well. But at least fewer mouths to feed means the food lasts longer, assuming it doesn't suddenly spoil on you for no apparent reason. Actually, yeah, let's bring a lot of goods because we'll be able to carry a lot with the extra. Yeah, there is no sign that there's a village here at all. Okay, start with some money, but mostly food, as much as I can carry. Unless I run out of goods first. Yeah, you can carry a lot more with help. Let's drop some... Yeah, drop the gold off at the ship. Try and grab some more goods. And return to exploring. I want to at least check the source of the river. Let's hit the town on the way back. An area of deep canyons and the source of a minor river. Just in case I haven't mentioned this, you change your pace by pressing the joystick button while moving. And it cycles between cautious, moderate, and reckless. So if you want to go from moderate to cautious, you have to go through reckless, at least briefly. Reckless will tire your men out faster, at least. If you go too long on that, they won't be able to keep up the pace, and you'll be forced back to a slower speed. Also, in towns, it means you're going around with your sword out, which unsurprisingly is seen as an aggressive gesture. Funny thing about that. Okay, I saw that pyramid, so the chief is nearby. But I need to get past all these guys to get to him. Kind of feels like I'm attempting a punt return with no blockers. Okay, here we go. Let's look up this way a bit. The nice thing about trading at the larger towns is you can carry a lot more food with you when you have the extra helpers. Yeah, I figured they'd say that. Should probably go look for it at some point, but not right now. They're not happy. Okay, and yeah, just back to the southwest. I parked the ship by the river, which is a convenient landmark as well as being helpful to traveling faster. Let's see about finding some more villages. It is somewhat concerning to know that they can be completely invisible. And some towns are just looking for a fight. This way. All right, let's head a little further down the coast. Okay, there's one by a little inlet. So I'll mark that in my mental bookmark place. Okay. Not seeing any more towns at the moment, but this is a good amount of food. So I should be able to go pretty far without being too worried. Really need to see about finding some adventuring kind of music. Preferably something public domain. Yeah, again, I'm going a pretty fair distance along the coast and not seeing any more settlements. Okay, so that's back where I started, more or less. And again, I'm not seeing anyone to trade with. So I may just need to stock up a large amount. Ooh. Okay, I just stumbled across a village that I had no idea was here. So I guess sometimes you just can't see them even when you have help. Or perhaps it depends on where you're coming from. Maybe you need the guys to be sufficiently local. Okay, so they're near a river, which I didn't explore before because I was too busy running out of food. I kind of expected this to be... Okay, there we go. The jungle is a thing. Okay, so I'll head back to the ship, leave the river for exploring later, and stock up probably at the southern town before that. And remember that this one is here too. How far north do I need to go? Okay. Starting to get kind of low on men considering what I started with, but food is not an immediate concern. Okay. I'm not seeing the chief, which should be there. I forgot to go back to cautious before coming into town. That's my fault. But okay, there they are. Looks like leaving some gifts did the trick. Okay, so back to the south. That's filled in. Bit northwest, perhaps? I'll do a little zigging and zagging to fill this area in. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Alright, that worked out. There's a pyramid. I think that was the northwest, or yeah, northwest of the chief. There. Okay, so I want to fill in that area to the southeast of where I am. Yeah, I'm kind of getting the impression that your native guides are only helpful within a certain range of their home village. And that if you want more help, you need to find more local guides. Yeah, you can hear the drum beats getting louder when I cycle through Reckless. Almost done filling in the map here. Okay, not that way. I thought I was on cautious already. Oh, there's the chief. Okay. That could have gone better, but it worked out okay in the end. Okay, this is all filled in now. Good, the chief is right up here. Alright, so I just want to head back to the west and to the ship. Actually, I might as well stop by that one town I skipped on the way. Which I think was further southwest. Yes, this one. Okay, back to the ship. Okay, yeah, I forgot the coast did that, even though I was just looking at them out. Okay, here we are. Okay, plenty of food. Even if half of it spoils, we'll still be in pretty good shape. Okay, map is nicely filled in. Let's head back to that river to the east and go exploring upstream. Yeah, having plenty of goods on hand is definitely a useful thing. Especially if you have friendly people to trade with. Or at least cooperative, they're not necessarily friendly as such. But it's really not a good idea to antagonize everyone when you're out in the wild. Okay, most of the men. Some food, plenty of goods. Okay, chief's just ahead. And load up on food. Alright. I can go back to the ship, drop some supplies off, pick up more goods. And head upstream. Okay. First contact with another city. Yes, first contact is probably a better term than discovering. Let's get some gold. It'll come in handy back in Europe. Come to think of it, which way is the capital from here? Gold mine west. It was. Oh, well, that was easy. Capital west. That's what I was expecting to get information on. Okay. Is it east or west? East it was. All right. The junction is probably, yeah, it counts as a discovery. Capital west. Still would exploring around this area. There's another Incan city. That went smoothly enough. Okay. And here's one of the smaller towns. That's not quite what I was going for. Oops. We have a massive locals. Try and circle around them. Treat. Yeah, It'd be difficult to judge when you're close enough. Okay, let's head a little further up this way, fill in a bit more of the map. Get at least the side of the lake. It's another town. Okay, here's the center. And a smaller town. This is a pretty sizable lake. Yeah, let's go a little further north. Why not? No messages. Okay. Chief should be just ahead. And of course, there's a wall of guys in front of him. Also, it seems you're always reset to cautious when you leave a town. Huh, there's another river here I never explored. Or if I did explore, it was in the first doomed expedition. Oh, I've already been here. So I must have explored this already. Cost of doing business. Okay, that does not count as a discovery. But that does. And so presumably will this. Go a bit to the west. Try and fill this in. And there we go. It's another town, conveniently right next to the river. That is not a junction with another river, so it does not count as a discovery. Settle down there, ice. Okay. This will be another discovery. Yep, looks like there's a lot of river up this way. And another branch. I think that'll be enough to cross the... No, not quite. There. Alright, there's a hole in the map I want to fill in. That's convenient. There we go. Oh, we're almost up to an hour. It's gone by pretty quickly. No serious mishaps. Decent amount of exploration. And the river is right along the edge of a map boundary. Okay, here's the center of town. If I can convince them to let me through. Okay, that works. Alright, back to the river. And I think this is still going upstream. Even though it's south. Rivers don't care about north or south, they only care about uphill, downhill. And this is considered the source of a major river. Okay, filling in more gaps. Okay. "27 weeks of food." Let's cut across overland, try to find where the other river was again. Capital South. Okay, looks like the river does not come this far south. There it is. Alright, so going back up the river should get those next two tiles of the map filled in. Yes, rivers, stuff I've noted, are basically the highways of the pre-highway world. My ability to carry things are dwindling, and so is my manpower. So I'll probably need to head back to port pretty soon. Just want to finish looking up this river first. Don't think I've been here. Little late on the draw there. Thought I had a clear shot to the chief, but then a bunch of guys showed up out of nowhere. Still have plenty of goods. So as long as I can find people to trade with, there's no concern of running out of food. Nope, those are just trees. They looked kind of out of place. But apparently, they were just trees. Okay, there's the northwest pyramid, and there's the chief. Okay, you cannot sell gold to them for goods, which makes sense. See if I have any messages. Capital South. Wouldn't be too surprised if it's right near the river. Okay, We're right near the other river that I came from earlier. Gold mine. North. There we go. But I'm actually wondering about the capital. South. Still south. Not in the marsh, I hope. Wait, here's river. Come on. Okay. Is that the capital there? It might be. It looks like just a normal city, but we'll see. I don't think this is the capital. But it is fairly conveniently positioned. Okay, back up to 25 weeks of food. 24 when I exit the village. Capital south. Let's head a bit to the east to fill in that chunk of map. There we go. To a town. Straight to the chief. Okay, I was close enough. Didn't think I would be. Okay, so this is pretty nicely filled in. Capital is now west. Let's try and go around the swamp instead of through it. And still west. Oh, there it is. You can tell by the blue dot. And yeah, it's just kind of here. All right. You've discovered and successfully traded with the capital of the Incas. So it's probably a good time to head back to the ship and return to port. Save the progress. Before anything can go wrong. Swamp down there kind of looks like a Pac-Man ghost. Okay, and this is near the mouth. Remember that bend with the city next to it? Let's just stock up on food before leaving. Yeah, this expedition started with over 100 men, and I'm down to under 30. Venturing is kind of a rough job. Might as well get some gold, too. Don't need that much food. And we're off. And I'm pretty sure this is all terrain I've explored already. Oh, 200 weeks of food? When did that happen? Probably because of all the casualties. Yeah, I must have explored this already. Yeah, because I had nearly 4 times the men before, so you divide 240 by 4, that's about 60 weeks. Which is still a pretty big amount, but it's not unreasonable. Yep, almost back to where I started. Which should mean I'll see the village with the cache next to it, next nearby. Yep, there's that cache. I think I want to try to collect the northern one, which I probably won't be going back to anytime soon. Which, as I recall, was right along the coastline, just like that one is. Just further north. There's the... Well, this time it's not autumn trees, it's spring trees. Or getting towards spring, anyway. I'll see about doing some trading to get some food. Try to pick up some more of the goods. So apparently supplies you leave lying around will just stay there, but if you leave men with them, that makes a fort, but then the men die off because they don't have enough food, unless you leave them with a lot of it. So I'm honestly not sure what the point of a fort is. Okay, that should do it. And I think I can fit everything in the boat now. Yeah, no problem. Okay, 40 north, I want to go a bit further south and then to the east. Although, as I've mentioned before, I'm not sure it actually matters what latitude you go back to port at. The game does chide you if you're not at 30 north, but it doesn't really seem to make any significant difference. Okay, that's 30. It should be clear sailing from here. Just need to wait for the ship to make it back to port. It's currently June of 1509. Still June. Yeah, this does take a little while. There we go. You jump from June to December, so it takes a few months to cross the sea. Let's see if the Crown has anything to say. Okay, performance fair, rating poor. That's not terribly meaningful. Jump into the pub to save. That's option, which is F4 on the simulator. And check in at home to see the progress. Okay, that is some pretty good progress. As I mentioned, I have a screenshot up of the map from last session. And previously it was at 30% land, that's up to 63. 37% rivers up to 73. 17% natives up to 35. 15% of the mines up to 25. I think I found 2 mines, so that would put it about 20 mines total. Special is doubled from 25 to 50. And the map is looking a lot more complete, especially the northern continent. So, all in all, that was a pretty successful session. I think next time I may try to do the same with the southern continent, and at some point I'll try to go back and fill in those missing pieces of the map there. But for now, this has been Arafellin playing the Seven Cities of Gold on Journeyman difficulty, and nothing went horribly wrong. That's always nice. I'll probably do another session next week, and I hope to see you then. Until then.